Hello and welcome to the Season 7 NRSL Universal Orlando Cup Series race number 15 here at Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600. Yes, the big 600 that's going around here in the Cup Series. Boy, it's going to be quite a show here, and I do want to say I got the ticker right this time. NBC is on here, so don't go after me there. On the pole is Joshua Osborne, so he will be for the Budweiser Shootout next season. Next to him, Benjamin Miles. Third, Trent Dunham. Fourth, Joshua Sicoli. Fifth, Kate Anderson. Sixth, JT Bryant. Seventh is RJ Bishop. Eighth, Sky Commons. Ninth, Jessica Shell between the top 10. Levi McIntyre. I believe the rest of your starting lineup is here. I may have forgotten to change the schemes from the Vegas race, and I believe, yes, I did. So, apologize for those who were having those schemes that were set up for this race. I take that as a mistake. Qualls and Rogers on the final row for this one. So Osborne looking for redemption. He'll get the pole for tonight. Who could have had a chance to win, but got taken out in one of the cautions there about midway through the race. So he is definitely wanting some redemption. And let's look at our points coming into this race. Jessica Sheldon has a 4-point lead over Trent Dunham. 24 points over Sky Commons. Then you got Seth Cole in 4th, Brett Pritchard 5th, who's having a terrific season. Same for James Qualls in 6th. Alex Ferranti, he free-fall a couple spots into 7th. Zach Flickinger, after his win at Las Vegas, has jumped up to 8th. A great run for that 96 team right there. And complete 9th and 10th, only separated by just a couple of points between those three drivers I mentioned, Flickinger, Gardner, and Ross. Literally all separated by 1 point. And time with 8th between Gardner and Ross, and then Flickinger, Gardner, and then Ross completing the top 10. So that is a look at how it is coming into the standings for this race. So let's go down trackside to get the command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Well, the command's been given. We're about ready to turn them loose. And all 42 drivers there going on out. So Osborne, Benjamin Miles leading them down. Probably going to be a great race here. Probably going to be even crazier than the Xfinity race. Yes, here we go. Green flag underway for the Coca-Cola 600. Let's roll. Complete lap number 1 is Joshua Osborne. I'm telling you, he's been out to a great start right here, and kind of a bit of a separation between Levi McIntyre and Zachary Fitzwater, and a couple bit of a gaps right there in the pack. Very surprising to see how this will turn out for sure. If that will play a factor in tonight's race, is Sheldon gonna move the Bumblebee car of RJ Bishop up a bit. Oh wow, Benjamin Miles just pancaked the wall right there. And I hear a spin in the back, and now the caution is out for the first time tonight. And Osborne, with an early lead, did not want to see that. However, you can see both Jessica Sheldon and Trent Dunham are still here. Sicoli in the 54. Crazy to believe that he's actually, not only in third here, but having a not bad run this season, though. Skid marks are shown on the front straight. Troubles for Keith Batson in the 39, who recently announced they're going to be downgraded to a one-car team next season, with Batson aboard the 39. And Zach Rogers, man, that misery is continuing for that 6-team. Same for Clint Spillman, the 24, and Kyle Keith in the 42. Cat Batson also involved. Man, a lot of these drivers that we're seeing involved, they're just the back markers of the series, and it's just, well, I shouldn't say back markers. They're just in the bottom of the standings, and they just can't seem to get out of anything. Cap Batson, Kyle Keith, Clint Spillman, Zach Rogers, and Keith Batson all having miserable luck. And Really has not been great to see there. One car I see, I think, is coming down pit road. Yeah, Benjamin Miles surrendering his spot in 6th to come on down, and a few other cars coming on down. Sky Comets has got some damage on both sides there. Anthony McCurry, Levi McIntyre, RJ Bishop, and Eric Burton also down. Rogers and Batson out and away. They're going to be trapped a lap down, I believe, now. Zach Flickinger, your previous race winner there. John Hart, Kyle Matthews also coming down pit road. As already mentioned, Kyle Keith, Clint Spillman coming on down. So caution's out for the first time tonight. Osborne, your leader. Let's look at what happened to bring ourselves our first caution. Well, thankfully, this wreck was in the rear of the field. It wasn't like, say, up towards the front. But you can see turn 4 has been, of course, the trouble spot throughout this race. And, well, race weekend, I should say. And you can see Kyle Keith got into the wall right there. Keith Batson just was right there in the corner, nowhere to go. And Rogers seen going around. And Clint Spillman, Keith Batson, just nowhere to go. They both get involved right there. Cap Batson avoids Kyle Keith, but then a little extra contact, and the 58 is going to go into a couple drivers right there. Not a whole lot of damage, but still got involved regardless there. And then takes another bump right there onto Zach Rogers. And I believe all 42 cars may continue on this one here, but the question remains, though, with some lap cars coming along the way, how much of a factor will it be? We'll find out shortly. Caution's out. As, yikes, take it back to the green. Well, the pace cars give us one lap to go again. No one is out of the race, but Keith Batson and Zach Rogers, they are trapped a lap down. That is not good for both drivers right there, and I believe the one who's more off the pace is going to be Zach Rogers, because Batson really didn't get a whole lot of damage in that 39 car, but that's probably not going to help him out there. Joshua Osborne out in front, having a great run, and this will probably help his points stay if he can stay where he's at, because he is in the bottom of the barrel as well. He's the only one, though, in the bottom 6, I believe, that is in the front of the field. Trent Dunham 2nd, Sicoli 3rd, Anderson 4th. She also needs a good run. JT Bryant 5th, Jessica Shelton 6th, Zachary Fitzwater also needing a good run. He's in 7th. 8th, Dylan Poteet. 9th, Alex Franz completing the top 10. Daniel Olson. The big news regarding Zachary Fitzwater, FAR shutting down. He'll be joining Evans Gardner Racing next season, driving aboard the 7. As green flag back underway for Joshua Osborne as he got going. And indeed the case, as like I said, Keith Batson is probably the one more off the pace. Now these drivers got to fling high and try to get around that Blue Angels Mustang there. Now Rogers and everyone else on that inside line, they're going to fling around that 39. Or at least I thought, because Rogers is also just as slow as Keith Batson is. Man, it's like a huge block. No one can seem to get around these cars. Daniel Olson's trying to do so in that 21. And indeed the case, the outside line going to get by. Now Poteet's going to put Rogers in the middle. That's scary because, especially a slow car of all people, you don't want to do that. Seth Cole's going to wisely get him back in line. That's called not taking the risk, and I don't blame Seth for doing that because we've seen a lot of problems come off of turn 4. You can see they're really jammed up right there. For a second, I thought I just seen someone blew some smoke, but they have not. Yeah, I apologize, I didn't have my ticker up there. Oh, there goes Seth Cole rocking up around. I think that brought out a yellow. I'm not too sure. I don't think it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Caution's out. I didn't see the lights come on at first, but indeed it did, and Osborne definitely did not want to see that. There's Seth Cole in that 33. I seen that green and black car. I'm like, that's him definitely involved. Which is his Snickers. I know I couldn't tell what the sponsor said. I'm going blind. Snickers and hazelnut. Involved that is also the throwback to the skull colors, and looks like Kev Shear may have gotten involved in the 00. Same for Sky Comets in the 17. So another round of dealing with those 2 lap cars there. And looks like everyone coming down pit road. No, not so fast. JT Bryant going to stay out. Kate Anderson's going to stay out. Benjamin Miles is going to stay out. Cody Lamas in the 48 is going to stay out. And Zach, well, of course, Rogers lap down. Jeffrey Fingai is going to stay out. Batson is coming down pit road, trying to make sure that car is repaired. Just making sure these guys here are going to be A-OK. And first one off is going to be Trent Dunham in the 1. Him and Sicoli are going to beat Alan Osborne, who got caught napping right there. Osborne will come out third. And Ferranti also with a great stop. Shelby with a little bit of a slow stop there. Ember Ross, Fitzwater, and others coming on out. Pritchard trying to beat out Clint Spillman in the 8, and I think he may have. Yeah, because he's going ahead of that 24. That is the case. Caution's out. Second time tonight. Anderson leads. Let's look at what happened. Well, here's a look at bring ourselves our second caution. Hopefully I don't jinx as I'm saying it. We've been getting lucky with these small incidents, but I'm telling you, these incidents could be a lot worse. See Batson, Comments, and Spillman all tag the apron. You see Seth Cole got a little piece of Cap Batson right there, and Kev Shear goes into Sky Comments. They hit the wall. You see Cole goes around. He's going to hit the wall right there, and once you've seen gets that part right there going around, that's where the officials decide to throw the yellow, and that explains why Shear got involved a bit right there. Same for Sky Comments. And you see Kev really trying to hit the brakes. Just avoids the 33 going high right there. Great miss by the Starcom Fiber Chevrolet there for Shear Trigger Incorporated. So, caution's out for the second time. Let's take you back to the green. Welcome back. No one is still out of the race. However, the top 4 drivers did not come down pit road. So, it's definitely going to raise some, or actually, excuse me, top 5 rather did not come down pit road. So, it's going to raise some eyebrows to see if those 5 will come down in a bit, or they're going to try to get lucky and hope for a very quick caution, which you never know what can happen. So those 5 drivers are Kate Anderson, JT Bryant, Benjamin Miles, Cody Lamas, and Jeffrey Fingai. Those are the 5 that stayed out. Everyone else came down. They include, leading after pit stops, Trent Dunham, Joshua Sicoli, Joshua Osborne, Alex Ferranti, and Daniel Olson. How about Ferranti and Olson with great pit stops in the top 10 for this race? So we'll see how the top 5 are going to do as they stayed out under that yellow flag there. Very surprising that they did not come down. I wonder what strategy they're going to try to pull, but green flag now back underway here at Charlotte. And you can see Zach Rogers and Keith Batson, they're going to be off the pace, and Jessica Shelton, Ember Ross, they're going to be behind. Olsen and Fitzwater going to break free. Now here comes the main question. Are these drivers coming down? For a second, I thought with the way how they were jumbled around, I thought they were going to do so. And Sicoli battling Trent Dunham right there. And oh, Sicoli tagged the apron. Oh, wow, he flat out lost more than just that battle. He's losing that pack because of that apron hit there. Man, he lost a lot of ground as that 54, and now Zachary Fitzwater underneath him. So far, those 5 are staying out. They're really hoping for that caution. And these guys are, oh no! Right as we look back, that's 4 wide they're about doing in turn 2. Oh, around goes Phil Parker, the 15. McCurry, Zach Rogers, and the caution is out again. Scott Roush involved, and Cat Batson. And Zach Rogers done for the night. Baranowskis also involved, and is going to be stuck on the course. That is a big blow for Baranowskis. I don't even think it's going to really matter because that car's crunched. And oh, look out, the leader's right there. And oh my goodness, the leaders got involved. Trent Dunham, second in the points. Got involved, Alex Ferranti, all because the 46 got stuck on the track. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, the stack-up is affected now. Oh my goodness gracious. Now more calamities ensued. Seth Cole upside down. Zach Flickinger. John R. Clint Spillman. Kyle Keith and Kyle Matthews. Also Cat, Batson. James Qualls also involved. Oh, man, it started because the 46 got caught on the track and Trent Dunham got around and nobody knew what to do. Daniel Olson, the only driver staying out now. Everyone else is down, but oh, and Jeffrey Finguy also involved. He's out of it. Oh, what was that about? Baranowskis is going to get some flack for that one there, because I think if you notice, when she tried to get her car back together, she got stuck on the turn, and she could have just randomly went straight, and unfortunately, she didn't do that. Oh, and that destroyed a lot of cars, too, in the process, and oh, man, you got to feel for some of these guys there. They were trying to avoid everything. Kyle Keith is all crunch. Alex Drayton, Brett Pritchard. Oh, man. Tough break right there for a good number of drivers. And I believe when I said in the Xfinity race that Zach Flickinger was the All-Star race winner, yeah, he was the All-Star race winner for the Xfinity Series, not for Cup. Ferranti with this good run, that's going to go down the drain. Olsen, your leader, the only driver staying out. Let's look what brought ourselves the second caution. Then look what happened to Baranowskis. Well, we have to start here. I cannot believe I'm saying this. They went 4 wide for a position. And you can even see when the 20 started to go down low, that's 4 wide right there again. And it's all because of Keith Batson just really holding them up, and not really a whole lot you can do. Rogers was a smart one. He went to that real high line. And you can see Eric Berg going to turn a fellow Toyota competitor right there. Going to go around. Now remember that 20 and 15 are not teammates. Meyer and Parker are. Eric Burton and Phil Parker are not. Baranowski's getting involved. Scott Roush. Cat Batson. Now you see at this point, I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad. And you can see they're all in that high line right there, and James Quall's trying to hit the brakes. Same for Kyle Matthews. You know, they're relying on one another right there, and they get through it unscathed. Now, watch the 46 you're seeing here of Baranowskis. Now, you see the car is trying to, you know, go around. She's also got Zach Rogers on her left rear because she's trying to get that car back around. See, Scott Roush is trying to turn the car back around. The same thing for him. He's just stuck because of the 6 car. And now the 6 car's gone. Now the 46 backs up right here. Roush is going to continue. And I think, what is it right here? You're going to see she's going to try to go forward and try to turn right. And because of it, just didn't get enough speed and momentum. And you can see where the 46 is at. Is stuck on the course right there. She's stuck. She can't move. So these guys are coming in at a pretty high speed. And you can see Trent Dunham and Joshua Osborne. They are still technically 2 wide. Same for Zachary Fitzwater and Joshua Sicoli there. Now remember, that 46 is where she's at. That's just a bad place right there. You'll kind of see it coming off of turn 2. So we'll have to go from here. So you can see she's still out on that course right there. And look, Dunham's trying to push up right there. Ah, right there. Just, Alex Ferranti. Joshua Osborne getting a little piece of it. Daniel Olson also got a little piece of it, but he made it through. So what a lucky break right there. Now because of it, now remember the 1 car's around, and these guys are trying to check up because of that. I mean, they were quite a ways back, and also trying to figure out where they were in line. Now these guys, they're mainly all good for the most part, just trying to get back up there. However, you're going to see behind Charles Sanford, they are not slowing down enough. They're going way too fast. Look, they're going 140, 130, and these guys are only going 60 miles an hour because they're confused about where they are in line. Then you see everyone's really trying to check up at this point. And I think the first car you see right there, Batson going into Sanford. And then this is where all hell's going to break loose right here. Eric Burton, Connor Meyer, Nathan Hudson, Brett Pritchard. That's where the really checkup begins. Pritchard got jacked up really badly, and the same can be said right here for RJ Bishop, Anthony McCurry, Kev Shearer, Sky Commons, Seth Cole, Zach Flickinger, John Art, Clint Spillman, Kyle Keith, Cat Batson. Look at Zach Flickinger in the 96, just how much air he got right there alone. James Qualls in the 70. Didn't get as bad. And then Kyle Matthews just gets a little piece of it, so not as bad. Seth Cole flipped over right there. Holy cow, what a crazy wreck that happened there. Trent Dunham, though, that's got to be the big blow right there. Second in the points, getting involved. Guarantee you that's not what he wanted at all, and you got to feel right there. But if your name is Jessica Shelton and that's 0-2, there she is. That's got to be the best blessing you can ask for right there. Only 4 points separated between the two. Now Shelton, at least for now, could probably still be the points leader heading into Indy. Let's take it back to the green. Well, welcome back. A lot of drivers involved, mainly because of the stack-up effect. But out of it includes Zach Rogers, Keith Batson, Audrey Baranowskis, Kat Batson, Kyle Keefe, Clint Spillman, John Ard, Zach Flickinger, Seth Cole, Alex Drayton. That's another big blow right there. Jeffrey Finguy and Trent Dunham also out of the race. Sky Commons and Alex Ferranti. So a couple drivers in the top 10 points involved. Phil Parker, a lap down in 28th. So I don't know how his damage is going to be affected, but he was involved in the main part of the caution. Mainly got rear end damage. That's all he's got, but got trapped a lap down. So we'll see what happens to the Safelite Auto Glass Toyota Camry for Meyer Racing. Top 10 rundown. Olsen was the only driver that stayed out. Fitzwater in second. Third, Ron Bishop. Fourth, Michael Walton. Fifth, Jessica Shelton. Sixth, Ember Ross. Seventh, Dylan Potey. Eighth, Johnny Gardner. Ninth, Charles Sanford being the top 10. Kate Anderson. Green flag back underway here at Charlotte. And yeah, Phil Parker way off the pace. Those lap cars have played a huge factor throughout this race weekend. No matter who the name has been, it's just caused a lot of issues. Parker wisely going to go to that high line, and tough break for Osborne. He's going to be stuck on that high line. Same for Shearer, same for McCurry, and same for James Qualls. But the pole sitter, Osborne, taking the worst effect of it them all. Now a lot of the cars who have got no hood and are completely even off the pace. I mean, man. Osborne all over that corner panel. Oh, there goes Osborne and James Qualls. Both the Castrol GTX cars around. That'll be a yellow. And Fitzwater out in front. Bishop in second. Walton third. Scraping the wall there, but they're going to keep it together. Wow, both the Castrol GTX cars involved. Of Osborne and Qualls. And Fitzwater out in front. I apologize, we didn't really see them. The leaders change positions and all, but those lap cars, really an issue. You can even use the hashtag them damn lap cars as you're live chatting there. I know, it was a bad joke there. Anyways, you can see Fitzwater, though, trying to make sure he's all good to go, which indeed the case he is. Jessica Shelton, at your points leader for right now, in good hands. And all the drivers coming on down. I don't see one driver staying out. Olsen's got a little bit of right side damage from that smack in the wall he received. Yeah, every driver coming down. I don't see one driver staying out. That's a wise move right there. So remember, Parker will be back on the inside line because he is a lap down. But I guarantee you those drivers that aren't really damaged there, they're going to try to hope to get around those drivers that have a lot of damage, like Levi McIntyre, RJ Bishop, rather. Brett Pritchard, drivers like that. JT Bryant out and away. He'll be the first one off. How about Cody in second place there? Yeah. Hudson third. Ron Bishop fourth. And, whoa, look at that. 4 wide coming off pit road between a bunch of drivers. But Scott Roush, he's got damage. And yikes. That's going to be fun. Bryant's going to lead under the restarts. Look at what happened. Bring out yet again. Well, you can see as Joshua Osborne is right there trying to get around Phil Parker in the 15. Now, remember, Shearer's good friends with James Qualls right there in that 70. Hey, just see Osborne just having a lot of trouble getting around that 15. And Shearer just caught that inside corner panel right there going into James Qualls. And Qualls getting some right side damage. I don't think that's really going to affect the 70 car, but you never know. So the way to tell, of course, the 70's got that green rear and Osborne's got the white rear. That tells the difference right there between the two cars. Caution is out for I believe, the fourth time. Nope, the third time. Let's take back. Nope, it is the 4th. That's right. Take it back to the green. Well, pace car's giving us the 1 lap to go. Nobody out of the race after that incident. Still the cars from that last caution before, all in the garage area. JT Bryant out in front. Llama 2nd. 3rd, Hudson. 4th, Ron Bishop. 5th, Quentin Moore. 6th, Michael Walden. 7th, Zachary Fitzwater. 8th, Benjamin Miles. 9th, Scott Roush completing the top 10. Ember Ross. And big news regarding HRT, their Hudson Racing Tech. They will be folding after this season. And Hudson, as of this moment, he will be a free agent next season. So a big shocking news relevation for Hudson there. We'll see if he gets a ride for Cup or Xfinity next season. We shall see. But green flag back underway here in Charlotte. He's already picked up his win in Cup this season, so that's at least a good sign there. But hopefully at least he'll get one more win for HRT. Parker continuing to be a nuisance for these drivers. And Kyle Matthews, who thought he was going to get around that lap car with no problem, that went out the door. And now him, Gardner, Shelton will get by. Look at that. They're all getting by in the cars with no hood. They're getting by Parker. Joshua Sicoli, Eric Burton, they're getting the worst end of being stuck behind all that lap traffic there. And Qualls on the apron, and we'll at least keep it together for now. Back up to the front, Lamas. Now Quentin Moore coming to the point. Quentin Moore, I believe my memory serves me correctly. This would be his first win if he tries to get it done. They're still green right now, which is a good sign. Bryant scraping the wall right there. Walton in the second, but Cody trying to run away with that lead. The Chevy trying to run away from the Fords, and a near 3 wide between a Chevy, Toyota, and Toyota there. Emma Ross, Nathan Hudson, they're not teammates, but a little bit of a rivalry between Hudson and the Archangel Racing cars. However, you can see Hudson very wisely using the veteranship right there, trying to keep it together. And Quentin Moore pounded that wall right there, and now he's going to lose some positions. He's going to hold up Nathan Hudson in the process. And now Hudson down low the 34, and here comes the other Gardner Racing car. Oh, he really pancaked the wall. Daniel Olson. And now here comes Johnny Gardner coming along the side. 3 wide for position, you see. Fitzwater using that draft on from the 11 of Hudson, but Poteet's going to take the advantage of that and will run away. Battle for the lead. Michael Walton off of Cody Lamas. Whoops. As Walton now trying to take a lead. Look at all these black and yellow cars, or black and white. Anything with black up here in the front. Cody, though, enjoying that run where he's at right there. Trying to remember where his last win was for the Cup Series. It's been a bit, but I don't think it's been that long ago. So, regardless to say, though, Cody Lamas having a very great run here in the Coca-Cola 600. Longest race of the year right here. And Michael Walton now trying to take the lead from Cody. Got Ember Ross right behind him. Dylan Poteet and Zachary Fitzwater. And that's smart right there. If your drivers like Ross and Poteet and Fitzwater, if you really want to win this race, you got to work together on that inside line and try to get that run. That high line's good, but it's not that good. A lot of cars are still here and scraping that outside wall coming off of turn number 4. And Walton again trying to get the lead. Will get it. And still not clear on that 48. And we'll do so now. Ross to second and Fitzwater to third. Now Poteet trying to slip inside for fourth. And now 3 wide for the lead. That's a risky move right there. Fitzwater going to tuck back in line. Walton's going to scrape the wall. Ross will lead a lap. Tell you what, how about Gardner Racing? They're starting to emerge. Daniel Olson, Quentin Moore, and Johnny Gardner all within the top 10 right there. Great run for all 3 drivers. Quentin Moore, though, getting banged up in that 34. He pounded the wall a couple times and starting to scrub some speed away there. Sheldon got the wall a bit right there. I think it's safe to say if Sheldon finishes where she's at, she'll stay the points leader after this race when we head over to Indianapolis, as Ross is now starting to check out a bit with that lead, and Fitzwater trying to hang on for second for dear life. Now Walton looking underneath the Caterpillar Chevrolet for the third position. And not going to do it. You got to get a lot of draft or to make that move. Now Dylan Pote realizes that time to go is now. Trying to look underneath Fitzwater for second. And will easily get the pass. Or at least I thought. Fitzwater nearly tagged the wall. He's going to get a run on the high line a bit, but will clear right there. Walton trying to follow the 31 for that next position in third. Cody then trying to follow. Then Ron Bishop trying to follow. Hudson starting to slip back a bit in that 11 car. And Quentin Moore trying to make Gardner Racing a top 10 run for all three drivers. But you can see that right side damage in that dockside Ford. It's going to take a lot here to get that done. And they caught up to Phil Parker. That's my racing's car, not Archangel. And it's going to hold up the outside line. Here comes Moore catching up. And he tagged the apron. Him and Olsen and Hudson with contact. They're going to keep it together. Ross still getting held up. Dylan Pote trying to get by. Oh, and they're going to get out of there for now. Parker, the only lap car in this field. Even though there are damaged cars, and Cody Lamas and Benjamin Miles are really getting held up in the process. Many drivers have caught up to him, and oh, look how contact they're to keep it together. Now that those guys will break free, Scott Roush, Kyle Matthews, and Charles Sanford are going to try to get around that 15. Roush with no problem. Charles Sanford going to have a little bit of difficulty, but will get by, and Kyle Matthews will get by. Same for Connor Meyer. Fitzwater out in front, trying to hold off Ron Bishop, Johnny Gardner, Michael Walton, Jessica Shelton, and others. Now you're seeing Quentin Moore starting to fade because of his damage, and the other cars have caught up to him there. Still got a really good pack up here, bound for this win. Next slow car is Anthony McCurry's on the front straight, and RJ Bishop off turn 2. If we stay caution-free, I guarantee you Ron Bishop may tell RJ to use those team orders. Shelton trying to look underneath Walton for fourth. And how about Gardner? Trying to get second. I'm telling you, Gardner's been so close on those victories, trying to get it done. Running that Animaniacs Ford right there. Fitzwater, what do you do when you see McCurry? I hope you get around him there. The time is ticking, with the laps also winding down. Fitzwater knows that's not where you want to encounter him. You want to encounter him on the straightaways and get around him with no problem, especially on the back straight. That's what Fitzwater's doing, and has no problem getting around the Paddle and Chevrolet. What about the rest of the pack here? They're saying stay in one line, wherever you got to be, stay right there. And Ron Bishop rather going to get by. RJ's father, Michael Walton, Jessica Shelton, they're all going to get by going down low. Johnny Gardner going to get stuck on that high line. Or so I thought. Olsen going to let him by. How about that? Gardner, I'm telling you, gave team order right there. And he let him on by. Now McCurry's going to hold up Nathan Hudson in that 11 there. That's probably going to be all she wrote for Hudson. Maybe unless that Anderson gets by right here, or at least around the 11. Hudson stuck behind that 61. And now we'll break free. Or so I thought. I believe, too, if a caution comes out, the race will end under yellow. Now, James Qualls, I'm telling you, that car is just stuck behind traffic upon traffic. Tough break for Joshua Osborne, the pole sitter. Definitely not what he needed. I see the rest of this pack trying to get around that 61. That 34 really faded back there. With 3 laps to go next time by when we cross the line. Zachary Fitzwater out in front looking for his second career victory and the first in that 59 car. We already announced that he's already leaving FAR. He's going to go to Evans Gardner Motorsports. Well, Gardner Racing, but basically rebranded. Shelton has jumped up to 4th. Gardner in the 5th. Ember Ross trying to get 6 from Olsen. 3 to go. RJ limping around turn 2. Guarantee Ron's going to have to tell him with those team orders there. Fitzwater would probably love to see the caution right now, especially as he's getting closer to Ron Bishop, or RJ Bishop is coming down pit road. Pit stops, coming to 2 to go, and I don't know what the hell I said. Pit stops. I'm sorry, it just caught me off guard, but the 98 wisely coming down pit road. And that gives away that there's going to be no lap cars coming along the way to bother Zachary Fitzwater. Coming to the line will be the white flag lap. Knowing this main battle is going to indicate coming down pit road. It may be down to a pair of Dodges for the win. White flag, 1 to go. Fitzwater versus Ron Bishop. Here comes Ron for the lead. Trying to get it, not enough. He's got to get some draft there. That's the problem. That lap car would have been great. But I think he just tried his move, and he's probably out of luck right there. Coming to turn 3 and 4. Zachary Fitzwater off the final turn is going to see the checker flag waving, and Fitzwater is going to win at Charlotte the Coca-Cola 600. Zachary Fitzwater going to get the job done. And that's good to see him get a victory right there. If I remember correctly, his last win came all the way back at Hogzilla Speed Park, where he was in the 16 at that time. And it was last season, so unbelievable. Congrats to Zachary Fitzwater on the victory. Here's a look at your results. Fitzwater with the win. Ron Bishop 2nd. Michael Walton 3rd. Johnny Gardner 4th. Jessica Shelton 5th. She'll run away with that points lead right there thanks to Dunham having an issue. Olsen 6th. Ember Ross 7th. Brett Pritchard 8th. Dylan Ot 9th. Completing the top 10. About that 54. Joshua Sokoli there. Great run for him. And here's the rest of your results here as shown. Let's get you through 11th through 20th, which was Hudson, Eric Burton, JT Bryant, Quentin Moore, Cody Lamas, Benjamin Miles, Charles Sanford, Scott Roush, Connor Meyer, and Kyle Matthews. And then the last cars to finish on the lead lap, they include Osborne, Shearer, Qualls, McIntyre, and Pritchard in the top 25. Everyone else, 26 on down to 28th, lapped down, and 29th on back. Retired out of that race due to the big one striking. Surprised on the field that finished the race because last season only had 4 cars. That was one I would want to forget. But this race definitely tamed a lot better, but still was ridiculously crazy. Until then, thank you guys for watching. If you like to be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe, be part of the NRSL by hitting that subscribe button down below. We'll see you guys later. After Charlotte, we'll see you at Indianapolis next week, the second of the 3 big races coming up. We have the Coca-Cola 600 tonight. Now we have the Brickyard 400 today. Not today. Next week. What am I saying there? I can't even speak anymore. And then the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona the week from there after. Till then, it's your boy D Young signing off. We'll see you guys later for Indianapolis race weekend. Till then, you've been watching production of the NRSL where racing is living. Adios, amigos.